Great, let's get started. Building your first web page can be an exciting experience. We'll start with basics. Here are the key components you will need. A text editor, which could be of your own choice, such as Sublime or TextEdit on macOS or Notepad on Windows. But here we are using Visual Studio Code, and it's completely free, and you can download it from internet, or you can watch the video where we set up the environment. So for our tutorials, we'll be using Visual Studio Code and a web browser, obviously. So let's get started. And the first thing is we need to set up a folder, and in our case we have already created a folder called website, and inside website we'll be creating multiple websites, so every website will have their own folder. The first one we are going to create will be a portfolio website, so it will be inside this portfolio folder. So once you are inside the folder, click open and it will open the folder. However, we haven't got any file in there yet, so let's create a file and name it index.html. Extension, as you know, we need to have .html as an extension. However, you can have .html as well. It's again your personal preferences. And once we have that, we need the basic structure of the HTML document. This is what we are going to do in this very first tutorial, and then moving on in other tutorials we'll be touching on about different kind of elements, and we'll be going in details about them. So an extension called Go Live, which is installed already, and again while in the tutorial of setting up the environment, we explained that how to install Go Live or other extensions such as Prettier or other one. So I'll click on Go Live, and as you can see that we got a server there. I'll just open one more tab so that you can see exactly the tab heading or tab title. So let's get started, and the first thing is that we need to explain the HTML version for this document. All the code in HTML goes in the angle brackets. So the first one is doc type. So we are defining here that the document type is HTML and HTML version is 5. And the whole document, HTML document, need to go within HTML tag. So everything we define within these two tags. The first one will be head and the second one will be body. All the contents you see within the web page are defined within the body tags, and anything such as the title of the tab or other information we need to provide to the browser related to our web page will go in the head section. Also, the head section is used to link with different external files such as CSS file or JavaScript file as well. So let's define title and say portfolio. Okay, and as we keep typing portfolio, we need to save it because it is in the title, and we need to refresh or reload our page. And as soon as we reload it, you can see the title appears there. Now let's define few elements in the body tag, and the first one I am going to define heading. So headings are basically H defined with H, which is the first letter of the heading, and many of the HTML elements are either the first letter or a combination of 1 or 2 or 3 letters, or maybe a complete name of the element. So in the case of heading, it is only H, and then we have different sizes of the headings from heading 1 to heading 6, as you can see. Heading 1 is the largest one, as you can expect. So my portfolio website, and and then now I'm going to add a paragraph. So I will say paragraph, or paragraph again, the first letter P, and then this is my first paragraph. And as I type, the go live server, which is now active, and the port is 5500, and that is basically, as I keep typing, it will keep showing in the browser. So it's a very quick way of showing the results. If you're not using Visual Studio Code and not the extension Go Live, then you will have to save the HTML document, and then in the browser you have to refresh the page to see the changes there. Another thing you probably have noticed that we have a starting or beginning tag, and then we sort of have an end tag, which basically encompasses the whole section within it. So the end tag always start with a /. As you can see, head and / head, that ends the tag, the starting tag of head. Similarly, HTML and / HTML, body / body, h1 / h1, p / p, that is called closing tag of p. And most of the elements have a closing tag. However, some of the tags are a single tag, and within that tag we have a closing tag. For example, if we want to add an empty line here, we say break, and then within break we will close this tag here, and as you can see, it entered an empty line. And if I copy this and paste it again, and you will see an extra line has been added now. So some tags, there are very few, basically they are single tags, and they have the end or closing bit of that tag is within that tag, such as BR you have seen. So that's the very basic structure of an HTML document or a web page. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.